recording.
Ready?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Should I look at you or look at the camera?
Can you say that one more time?
I think Dustin is a fighter who works the body more than the brain. You know, you come in day out, you're grinding and you're working hard, but your skill level is staying the same. It's declining. You're overdoing it. Your brain is not working as much as your body, and ultimately that results in a decline. And that, I believe, is what is happening with his career. You can see fight by fight. You know, he's not getting better. He's getting worse.
You know, I've grinded my spot where I'm at through hard work and dedication every day. I've built where I'm at with my bare hands, and I take pride in that. You know, I'm a worker, a hard worker, and I walk the walk. You know, Conor talks the talk.
Yeah, it's not trash talk. I'm just giving an account of what I feel is going on at the time. This is what I feel is going on at the time. I feel he is afraid. It's nothing personal. I don't dislike the guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's not. I have my circle, and I don't really care about anything else. You know, I don't really. So it's business at the end of the day. Business. It can be cruel, it can be ruthless, but it's never personal. So I when the job is done, I'll pick him up, I'll pat him on the head, and I'll carry on.
Conor McGregor seems like a good athlete. He seems like a decent counterpuncher, but he also seems like a scumbag.
A scumbag is a strong word, but you know, it is what it is. Again, it sounds to me emotional.
You know, I can't even tell you the first time him calling me out. I think he called me pea-head or something. That doesn't even make sense to me. I don't even know what that is.
A pea-head is like a pea that you eat. It's like a small little green pea. He just has an unusually small head, I believe, with a weird little goatee. So that's what that is.
For me, looking at him, I see almost an immature guy who's doesn't understand the whole game yet, and who's riding a really big wave. You know, he has a lot of momentum, but he's about to get knocked off of it. And you can't understand that in his position. He's believing what he's hearing and believing all that, and that's good though. I like that.
You know, you can say what you want about how I approach the game, but as far as I'm concerned, I own this game. Who's done what I have done in the space I have done it? I've just recently signed an 8-fight deal. You know, I'm one of the big dogs now. So you can say that I don't know how to play the game yet, or I don't understand the game. I own the game.
None of that matters. What matters is preparation in 15 minutes. Solo dolo, me and you, mano a mano. Ireland's not coming in there with you. Your coaches aren't coming in there with you. All your fans ain't coming in there with you. It's gonna be me and your big mouth. You know, that's who's gonna be in there, me and you.
This may be the most highly anticipated fight for many.
Oh, he tagged Poirier with that left.
90 seconds in.
Oh, he hurt him.
Looking to finish the fight.
It's over. Wow. He really did just make it look easy.
I said I'd knock him out in the first round, and I knocked him out in the first round. You can call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
You know, obviously me and Dustin had a good fight back in the day. It was built up nice, and there was a good back and forth between us, and then I went on and done what I have done, and Dustin has gone on and done what he has done. He also became a UFC champion. He's had some amazing performances inside the octagon. I've been impressed with how he handled himself after our bout, and you know, it was an inevitable bout for us to meet again. You know, if you stick around, then you know you're going to come across each other again, most likely. So it just happened the way it happened.
You know, 6 years is a long time, not just for me as a fighter, but for my coaches and training partners. They're all better, we're all better. You know, if I was the same guy that I was 6 years ago, I would have wasted 6 years. Life's about evolving, getting better. Conor's a different guy too. This is a different fight. Honestly, I don't even look back at the first one. I watch footage on Conor, but going back to that first fight, we're both completely different fighters at a completely different position in our lives and in our fighting careers. This is a new fight.
I like Dustin. I did back then. I do now. I think he's a good fighter. You know, he's even a great fighter. You know, but great is still levels below me. So, you know, if you're saying to me that he wanted to take my head off back then, well, he certainly didn't fight like it, did he?
Before I fought Conor the first time in 2014, the build-up was huge. It was the biggest fight I've ever been part of. you know, filming pay-per-view commercials, flying out to LA and doing behind-the-scenes stuff. It was crazy. And even though I had a good bit of experience in the organization at that time, it still was a lot to deal with emotionally for me. I don't know why I was such an emotional fighter back then, and I think to a certain extent I still am, but I know how to manage those feelings. I'm more familiar with those feelings.
That, you know, it's all that means nothing really. You know, I don't set out to plan anything. I just, whatever happens, happens. He kind of came at me a couple of times, to be honest. I think he just got a bit riled up with maybe the fans. I'm not sure. You'd have to ask him.
I would say the trash talk got to me, but it wasn't just the trash talk. It was the critics, you know. It was every time I picked up my phone, people saying that I was going to lose or that I wasn't good enough or this or that, or the media, fans, whatever it was. I was just playing into the whole thing. I didn't feel like I was just fighting Conor. I felt like I was fighting the MMA media. I felt like I was fighting the fans in the stands. I felt like I was fighting the UFC to a certain extent. You know, I felt like everybody was against me. And because of that, I might have been against myself a little bit. I don't know.
I'll knock Dustin out inside 60 seconds. So I'm gonna knock him out in 60 seconds. I'm gonna beat the time that I beat him in before, and I'm gonna beat the shot I beat him in also.
I'm gonna stop Conor. That's the way I want to see this fight end.
This young man is not the same fighter that he was in 2014.
Hard to appropriately describe the tension in this building. Oh, big left from Poirier, now a right hand. Oh, big left and now a right. Oh,
Dustin Poirier!
Dustin Poirier has knocked out Conor McGregor from Vienna, Louisiana. Your guy has done it. A stunner on Fight Island as they attend